Hello, Enid, and welcome to another City Update. I'm your host, Derrick Silas, and with me today is Assistant City Manager, Scott Morris.
Good afternoon, Enid.
And our Public Relations Intern, Noah Blackburn.
Hello.
So, what do you guys do this weekend?
I've been in Atlanta most of the week and just flew back into Tulsa last night, and it's great to be back in Oklahoma.
Good. How about yourself?
Well, I watched my younger siblings. You know, we watched some nice animated kids films, so it went very well.
Good stuff. All right. I was in Vegas last week for a conference myself, and so I'm back. Glad to be back in Oklahoma, of course. So, And today is National Culinarians Day. Either one of you a culinarian?
Well, I think we're talking about cooking, and I do like to cook and I do like to eat, but I don't know if you really
It's more of the fancy cooks.
Yeah, I don't know what
chefs.
you could say that what I do is really fancy, but...
Same with me. You know, I work part-time at Brahms, but I doubt that's considered fancy food. You know, very casual.
I'm a foodie. Does that count?
Well, I'm sure it counts somewhere.
Okay. Well, let's get into some of our quality of life issues. The library does a lunch bunch each summer, and they're still going on from ages 18 and under. The program will be started July 1st, and it'll go through August 19th, Monday through Friday, during the lunchtime, noon to 1, and that's at the Enid Public Library. Also, the library, now this is something you may be interested in, Noah. I know you love reading books.
Oh, yeah, I do.
So they're having a book club series called Let's Talk About It. So if you look on there, let's tell them about the 4 dates that are available.
Well, I believe the first day is going to be August 2nd, and that's going to be The Big Sleep and The Long Goodbye. And then the next one is going to be, I believe, September 6th, The Death of the Tenured Poison. And then finally, there's... I believe October 4th, The Ghost Way, and then November 1st, Killing Orders. You know, this is mainly going to be discussions. You know, there'll be people. It'll be similar to your average book club. You know,
Yeah.
I heard it would be very interesting, especially since it'll be led by scholars. So that's very very interesting to a guy like me.
Okay. Well, if you're interested in that, as he said, you can join those on those dates. And those discussions will be 6 p.m. on those dates. So another event we're having, a city event, is Thursday, which will be a groundbreaking ceremony. Scott, let's talk about that. Tell us about that.
Wow, this is a project that's been a long time in the making. From some concern from citizens to planning things out with our engineering department and putting things out to bid. It's taken a while, but the time is here, and the construction is currently going on. And what a great story this is of an improvement needed in a community that's going to help, hopefully bring some revival for some new housing opportunity and maybe some new business opportunity. I know that over there by the apartments, there's a few projects that are already planned and in the works, and having these new water main is certainly going to help. It's also going to be really helpful there's over 200 people that live in that neighborhood that are going to have new mains and new other lines coming in front of their house. Everyone's going to get an updated water meter. Okay. And the most important thing is that the fire flows in the area are going to be much, much improved. And so one of the ways that this came about is our fire department had kind of done an assessment and figured out there's a few areas of town that probably need the most improvement, and this is one of them. And so we are taking care of that issue. And another great news story that we get to tell on this is that we secured a loan through the OWRB, Oklahoma Water Resources Board, and they are forgiving 25% of the loan. So this project, really, we're only paying for 3/4 of it, and the other 25% is getting forgiven.
Okay.
What a benefit to our community and to the people who live there. And it's going to be an improvement for the fire department and for hopefully some redevelopment in the area. So good news all around. Please come out if you're interested. It's this Thursday at 9 a.m. I believe it's at the Grayson Baptist Church at 334 East O&K Garrett. If I have my information right.
Yep. That'll work. Appreciate it. It's always good to do bigger or greater development in the city to improve our infrastructure. I just want to talk about a little bit to remind residents to be aware of ways to be aware of heat exhaustion and heat stroke. One of my employees, of course, last week had a heat exhaustion and had to be out a couple of days. So we just want to make sure you stay hydrated. And if you see that yourself, and there are some dangers on the screen that can tell you whether or not you may be encountering exhaustion or heat stroke, and just be aware of those ways to enhance or to make sure you're not going to get one by staying in the cool, for instance, drinking plenty of water. And I want to say my champion here, City Manager Scott, has really inspired me to do the gallon of water every day, thanks to him and his wife, my coach, my fitness coach.
That's right. You know, I think it's amazing to me when you find out how little water that some people drink in a day. You know, like 64 ounces of water should be an easy goal to hit. I mean, in the wintertime. In the summertime, especially if you're outside doing activity, you should be drinking, in addition to your regular 64 ounces, you know, more water to replace what you're sweating out, what you're doing during activities. And I know once you get behind, you can't catch up. So you just have to be prepared if you're going to be outside, you know, start drinking that water and stay ahead of it.
Yep. Yes, very good to be hydrated. And I also want to remind everyone other ways about heat safety. Just remember your own job sites to stay hydrated. If you try to be indoors as much as you can, and try to check on the elderly or the sick. And when you're in vehicles, make sure you don't leave kids or pets in vehicles. And of course, outdoors for your pets, be aware to have some area of shade. Make sure they stay hydrated with water in the shade as well. So those are some tips that you can just remind you how to stay away from the heat exhaustion. So.
Interesting. I was talking to one of our commissioners last week that has horses, Commissioner Saragusa, and I said, what do you have to do to keep your animals safe, your horses, during this extreme heat that we've been having, you know, other than shade and water? And he says, well, yeah, shade and lots of water. He said each one of those horses will drink 10 to 15 gallons a day.
Wow.
Okay.
And so he said, you know, there are several 300-gallon tanks that I'll fill up in the morning, and I'll have to fill them up again in the afternoon because those horses will have drank 300 gallons of water.
Wow. That's amazing.
It's a little mind-boggling.
Yes. And as you can see today, I have my intern here, public relations intern, Noah. So Noah, we're going to talk to you. This is your first time on the show.
Yes.
And surprisingly, this is your last week as an intern here for the city of Enid.
Yeah, it's my last week. I finish up on the 28th, so you know, I'll be attending the groundbreaking that was mentioned earlier on the show. You know, helping out there. You know, helping log some stuff. You know, probably holding a boom mic more than likely. So.
Yep. So tell the viewers out there a little bit about yourself.
My name's Noah Blackburn, and this is my first internship with the City of Enid. Currently, I'm attending OSU in Stillwater. I commute, you know, I live here in Enid, but I currently I'm going for a major in marketing. Hopefully I can see about getting a bachelor in the next year or two. So it's been going very well so far, and I feel like I've learned a good amount while at the internship. So.
Speaking of that, what did you learn?
What I learned? Well, there was a lot of things. For one, it was script writing. There was a lot of that, and I also learned how to write social media posts and schedule those social media posts. You know, that was very important. You know, I got to make sure get them all done. I also designed some of the visuals for those, you know, in Canva. And then I learned a lot of skills in video producing, which was a bit surprising since, you know, I signed up for be a public relations intern. But, you know, it was a good bonus to learn. You know, Dane, a great guy that works in communications, he showed me the ropes. You know, he showed me how to operate a video camera, how to properly set up outside. It's very complex, and I was not expecting that, you know. And I also learned how to hold a boom mic as well, you know, and as well as managing a switcher and a mixer for like city meetings or like other audio-based stuff that we had to do here at Communications. So.
And you did get a chance to do some editing of a video.
Oh, yeah. I edited as well on Adobe Premiere, which I've used it before since I've had some training, you know, with the Adobe trilogy, you know, and Adobe-based programs, but this is my first formal training that I've had with that program. And I feel pretty comfortable with the program so far. Still need some practice, but that's a given. So
okay, one of our practices here is in the communications department with our interns. Sometimes they come for one particular thing, but we want to make them well-rounded in the area, so we'll add some of those things like video production, just to give you a little touch of that to see, because you never know. Sometimes you realize, you know what, I was going for marketing, but I think I might want to do this. And then part of marketing is video production, and when you can understand a little bit about the other side of the marketing, which is video production.
Yeah, it's very beneficial. Honestly, I really appreciate learning that, because, being a man of many skills honestly benefits everybody more than, just learning one or two good skills,
Yes. So tell us, how has this internship impacted you?
Well, for one, I've learned how to work in a professional environment. It was I've never worked in a professional office place like this. I've worked in some office spaces, but they were more or less casual. And this one is like how the real workplace works in most places, and I appreciate that. And honestly, that alone was worth most of the internship for me. Along with the skills, those are very important. But the experience of working in a proper environment was very useful. Because you have to make sure you get the proper mannerisms down. And you got to make sure that you properly act in an office. I don't want to do anything that offends anyone or detracts from my work. I want to make sure I'm focused on that and that I do a good and well job.
We're glad that you have had a great experience.
Oh, it's been a great
And we're
time.
going to wish you much success in the future.
I appreciate that. I'm going to need all the help I can get.
But based on the experience that you have had in this internship, with the new knowledge and skills that you have accumulated, tell us, what are your plans for the future?
Well, I'm hoping on eventually, once I get my bachelor's at OSU, that I can find, a nice marketing firm, maybe locally, maybe not, and hopefully I could join into there, or, honestly, any positions in marketing. I'm not quite certain what position I want to specifically go for in marketing, but I'm sure with some good research, I can probably find something. So,
Okay, very good. I know you've had a chance to communicate with our assistant city manager, city manager, and mayor, and how has that been?
Oh, they're swell people. I've never met people as nice and as funny as them.
Okay, I will say they have a sense of humor, and I appreciate that. So, yeah. Okay, so here's Noah. We'll wish you the best.
Thank you.
Okay, let's get back to some of the updates. I want to mention this again about the school zone beacon testing that the department will be doing, which is actually tomorrow. They will be doing some beacon testings in the area of school zones, and just tell everybody to make sure you still obey those speed limits at that time. There will be intermittent flashes to test them, of course, because school is right around the corner. It's amazing how summer has gone so quickly. But just be mindful of that.
It is important to test these, and that is something that we do hear some feedback on. If there's ever a school beacon that isn't working, we do have people that call in and let us know, and it's important for us to know.
Yes.
For people's safety. So we're testing those things out. Hopefully we won't have any issues this school year, but sometimes things happen, and so in those instances, just let us know and let us see what we can do to keep the public safe.
Very good. I want to mention a couple of road closures. July 11th through August 1st, the road closure will be on North Washington Street for some work for Oklahoma natural gas crews. This will be approximately 3 weeks of work. Again, on North Washington Street between Randolph and Broadway, as you can see on the screen. Another closure will be today, a portion of West Phillips from North Garland to North Oakwood Road, and that's going to allow contractors to work on the construction of a pipeline. I think it's related to Call Lake, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's our raw water line coming in from Call Lake and coming in towards the new water treatment plant that's being constructed currently. So that pipeline will go west of Garland over to Wheat Ridge, and then south back down, and then over just west of OBA School, where our water treatment plant is.
Very good. And then another one will be also today. We're going to close the alley between South Van Buren and South Jackson Streets. Also but this is for sanitary sewer line, and it's going to be about a week when they're going to be doing repair on that for about a week. So just be mindful of that. And of course today also West Phillips will be closed from North Garland to North Oakwood, also for the pipeline. It's going to be about 3 weeks. So just mindful of these closures. We're always trying to raise our infrastructure and always, in any way, any manner we can to enhance our city. So just be mindful of those. Sometimes things are closed 3 weeks, 6 months, whatever, but it's all to improve the community. And the lasting effects of those outweigh the closure, the months or the weeks of closure. So, but sure, when you're out there in those areas, to watch out for construction workers. We want to make sure that everyone's safe and go back to their families. So,
That's right.
Yep. So we have some various employment opportunities for people. If you're interested in applying for various positions, you can go to enid.org/careers. There are a couple of positions that are scheduled to go offline today. So the concrete technician and the technical services foreman, today will be the last day to apply for those positions. And we have a couple other ones by Monday and some mid-August. So if you're interested, our pay has gone up significantly, and Scott may want to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'm glad that you brought that up. I just wanted to remind people, hey, look at these rates. These are quite a bit different than what they were just even a month ago.
Yes.
We've recognized due to inflation and do some just adjustments that are needed within. We had to start thinking about some adjustments on how we pay people so that we can get good talent coming and doing these well-needed jobs. So please apply for these positions if you're looking for work. And in addition to the great wages here, we have top-of-the-line benefits with vacation time and holidays, matching 401k. We have a fantastic benefits package that adds several dollars of an hour value to the good wages that you see on the screen. So if you know someone looking for work, please point them to us. We'd love to have some good applicants.
Yep. And again, that's enid.org/careers with an S. So go to that website, apply for a position. Okay, and we just want to remind everybody that's the wrong date, but next Tuesday, which is August 2nd, we'll be having a city commission meeting. So join us there at 6:30. Of course, the study session starts at 5 p.m. and the actual meeting is 6:30 p.m. So join us there. You know anything that's going to be on there, it crosses your mind that may be on that meeting?
We ought to have some interesting study topics. We'll be talking about green polycarts a little bit. We'll be discussing a few other things. The main agenda, we'll go over more of that in detail next Monday at the meeting.
Okay, very good, very good. Want to remind everybody again that we do have SeeClickFix. Go to seeclickfix.com, or you can download the smartphone app, and you can just report issues to us. If you see a pothole, if you want to see a down traffic light or stop sign, if you want to you have a service request, you need another polycart, if you want to schedule or cancel a ride with our transit system, you can also do that on that app. So we're here to help you. You can always go to seeclickfix.com again, or you can download the SeeClickFix app on your smartphone. And always, we have social media, all of these ways that we're talking to you and you can contact us. We have our Roku and Amazon Fire TV channels. Of course, we have Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. So join us on all of those and to learn, to see updates of what's going on in the city. And as always, we appreciate you for joining us every Monday. And I want to thank you again, Scott and Noah.
Yeah, Noah,
Again.
good luck to you in the future.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, sir. So we just want to remind you, join us next week on Monday at 1:30 p.m. Same, as they say, same bat time, same station, or something like that, in the Batman movie. So until next time, have a great day.